This video is sponsored by Vessi Shoes. More from them later. Guys, a while ago, I had made a pretty heavy claim. I claimed that I'd found the worst channels on YouTube, and at the time, I was pretty confident in saying that, as I often am, when I'm wrong. But that's only because I have since found even worse channels that also happen to be run by previous said worst channels. The YouTube channel in question is To Catch a Cheater. Now, To Catch a Cheater sounds just like To Catch a Predator, and that's because they're basically the same show, but with cheaters and not predators. And that's fine, I don't care about that. Them having a similar concept is not what makes this channel so god-awful. The premise of the show is simple. Individuals come to Luis and his team to set up sting operations and catch their partners cheating in the act. As I said, very similar to Catch a Predator, like even beat for beat later on, as you will see. They treat the cheaters on this show as bad as they treat the predators on To Catch a Predator for whatever reason. Now don't get me wrong, cheating is the fucking worst, okay? I'm not condoning it. But they also aren't committing felonies or talking to minors, so like, they can chill out a little bit. I will admit though that is more present in the later uploads. The ones we're about to watch don't show that as much, but you will see later on. Later on, it's a whole can of worms, I promise. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Are these fake? How fake is it? Is it all fake? I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna be taking it at face value for jokes, so just take it with a heavy grain of salt. They do have the fake vibe that Luxury Pranks To Catch a Predator series had, where the predators were obviously someone they knew in college wearing sweatpants that they were paying with a case of beer, and they would just blur his face out. But guys, I want to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Vessi. If you haven't heard, Vessi is a company that makes high quality shoes with tons of features, all while being sustainably made and vegan, meaning there are no animal byproducts used in the making of their shoes. They're 100% waterproof, keeping your feet dry in the wettest of weather. While being waterproof, they're also quite breathable, thanks to the Dymatex dual climate knit material that allows them to be both at once. They don't feel like a shoe that should be waterproof, and that's a good thing. They're very comfortable. They've even become my everyday shoe now. The style that I've been wearing most is the men's everyday move. I'm actually wearing them right now, as I often do when I film in my basement. They're great for running errands, going to the gym, walking outside, really doing anything you need them to do. I really wanted to put these shoes to the test when it comes to the waterproofing, and while they passed my extensive run around in wet grass test, I felt I had to take it up a notch, and finally get some use out of these plastic bins I bought a while ago. And wouldn't you know it, they are 100% waterproof. The paper towel inside was unfazed. Also, hi Bucky. Vessi's really are the go-to shoe that I keep by my door. So guys, click the link below and use code ChrisJames for $25 off each pair of adult Vessi shoes. Thank you again to Vessi for sponsoring. Now back to the video. Now guys, before we watch, I cannot gloss over the titles of these videos. They are all over the place. They're either complete gibberish, oddly race-specific, or flat-out porn titles. For example, this video we're about to watch, I went back to their very first video, which I was shocked to find out was 6 years ago. They've been doing this for 6 years, but the title of that video is Hot Latina Reacts to Her Boyfriend Cheating. Nice and tasteful. Seeing how old this channel is makes me think that this is where they got their start, and then they pivoted to life lesson content because it's much more profitable. I want to appreciate the After Effects template intro that they use for these videos. It brings me back to my high school YouTube days.
What you would consider it, or how bad this is to you, but this is it. I just uploaded it right now. That's it.
Oh, hi. Wow. Sorry, do you work out?
Now let's humor for a moment that these are 100% real and the only actors are the decoy actors. They have to be the worst actors I've ever seen. Or Luis and Sameer's writing is the worst. Or both. It could very well be both. They go so overboard, it's hilarious.
I mean, you could take down my number or something, if that's cool.
Totally.
Yeah, again, it's Harley. Yeah.
Great, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, their cameraman needs to stay focused. Matt, get the camera on him. Put it on him now.
You don't have a girlfriend or anything, like, right?
No. No.
What the fuck?
Free man.
Cool, okay, good.
Oh my god, he just denied me. It is over. I hate this shit. Like, no, like, take it off.
You gotta love all the effort that they put into blurring his face in the entire video for them to just not do it at all in the thumbnail. You know, the thing that like 90% more of the population sees?
So that's what we recorded. So I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what you wanted me to do, and that's...
Wow.
While I get that Luis's role here is pretty much just reconnaissance, like he's just here to present the facts to her, he is utterly useless beyond that point. It's quite obvious that this is early on in his video career because his camera presence is not present. So yeah, like, what's up then? Like, what are you gonna do now? Not only is he awkward on camera and talking to her, it's difficult to tell whose side he's on.
I am done with this stupid ass. Like, I am not gonna put up with this shit.
It's not like you really cheated.
He fucking kissed the girl that he doesn't know.
Well, that, yeah. But I mean, Besides that.
Yeah, I mean, like, besides that, though, like, besides the cheating, you know, what did he even really do?
If you just go in there, like...
I know, but the thing was, he thought she was just saying goodbye, so, like, hugging...
Why are you still recording? Just stop!
And no follow-up to this one, because there just isn't one available. Now, guys, I want to watch one more older one before we get on to one of the more recent ones, and this one was a little bit further down the line, like a year or so. By now, they've sort of hit their stride, and that in no way means that their quality got better. While there's a lot more going into the production, like more camera angles, well, just more camera angles, I guess, that's it. I just can't put my finger on why they still look so bad. I think it's a combination of the messy graphics, the awful thumbnails, emojis all over the place, whatever it is, it's just not easy on the eyes. But I will take that over how they edit their newer videos. You will see what I mean later. Let's take a look at the title of this one. Teacher hits on student. Girlfriend watches. You may be wondering the same thing that I was when I first saw that. Are they going to send an adult decoy in to talk to a minor? No, don't worry. He's 18. So while still not that great, at least it's not illegal. But they make sure to let us know too. Like, they really want to let us know.
She wants to test out her boyfriend. He's a senior. Why do you want to test him out again?
He just turned 18 yesterday.
Make sure you really look at that camera over there and really emphasize the 18 thing. We really don't need any more trouble than we get.
We are here with her mom. You want to show the mom?
No, I'm good.
You don't want to be on camera, or?
No, but I get my consent.
All right.
All for this.
Oh no, I'm good. I've seen your videos before. I really don't need any of that. I appreciate that the mom has this foresight to not want to be in their videos, but I wish she would take a little bit of that energy and put it into keeping her daughter off of these videos. What the hell was that? So many things coming at us at once. The first thing I thought was the cameraman has not retired his fixation on zooming in on asses, and has no plan on doing it soon. But then the music, and then the trouble of creating that graphic was just the cherry on top. There were 3 steps in that process where they could have stopped and thought maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe Sameer being the only one laughing at this is like a sign.
Geraldine,
Nervous there.
nice to meet you. I'm actually a teacher here.
Oh, you're a teacher?
Yeah. How are you doing in class?
I don't think I'm doing good. Too bad, I guess.
Well, I substitute if you ever want to take one of my classes.
Now, regardless of how fake or real this is, you have to admit someone off to the side must have seen this and thought it did not look good. Like, I'm surprised nobody ran to an administrator about this. Hey, there's some lady that I've, like, never seen before over there talking to that kid by the fence, and it looks not right. Also, some guy in the bush is filming it. He's also filmed, like, 7 girls' asses at this point, so maybe you should check on him too.
I see you're kind of manly, see your arms, hair's growing.
Thank you.
You guys know when a boy becomes a man in the 7th grade when they grow arm hair?
Do you work out?
I do, sometimes. I have a long way to go, but I do. It's always...
Yeah.
Look, I know that when you're young, you always think you look older than you actually are. I'm guilty of it, I was the same way. But if when I was 17 or 18, some adult was coming up to me and saying, "Oh, do you work out?" I'd just be like, fuck off, okay? I know I look like a pipsqueak dipshit, alright? You don't need to rub it in and have a goof with me.
I also teach a sex ed class. Have you ever taken that class before?
Not really. Sex?
What do you mean, not really?
I feel so bad for the girlfriend back at the apartment watching all this, for many reasons, but mainly because she has to just sit here and watch this with a straight face while the camera just doesn't cut away from her the entire video, basically.
Are you a virgin?
I am.
Have you ever put a condom on? Has anybody put a condom on you?
Why has nobody called a security guard on her yet? These are borderline To Catch a Predator text transcripts. She is going way too hard on this.
Could give you a cat? You could give me a cat and we could go out.
Looks like you kind of work out.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks
nice.
real muscly.
Nice.
Oh, hold on. Hey, touch it now.
So, I'm not sure if that's what you were expecting.
Did he text her?
She got his number. She didn't want to go to jail.
She didn't want to go to jail. What, did they not tell her that he's 18? Did she go into this thinking she was going to be talking to a minor and saying all these things?
If you have opportunity, he would go for it, or you think he wouldn't?
No, I think he'd remember me and actually not go through with this. I think he still loves me. I shouldn't have come.
She's not the first, and definitely not the last, to be in a Sameer or Luis video to say that.
Did he tell you about this at all? Like, some random person just went up to him, or?
He told me that someone came up to him, but he didn't tell me what happened.
Well, that's because I had sex with your boyfriend. You what? Listen, it was the only way. I had to take matters into my own hands and get to the bottom of this. Oh my god. And I do mean bottom. So, like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna, like, stay with him or what? Mom, can we go?
He's my one and only. I'm gonna marry him.
Right?
Is he gonna marry you, though?
Hey guys, Editing Chris here. Real quick, I felt like I needed to point this out and I didn't notice it before. Pretty sure that's Sameer Bhavnani's voice. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. So now that we got a taste of what this channel was like in its early days, let's see what their more recent videos are like. And when I mean recent, I mean like 2020. That's the last time they posted videos. The videos got a little better. Like, the resolution looks a little nicer, but that's it. And the title of this one is a little nicer than the other ones. Must see video! Jesus Christ. Boyfriend caught with mother.
A Dateline NBC investigation show where they would confront and catch meeting with they think are also known as the show that we copy.
Now remember earlier when I mentioned how they edit the newer videos is much worse? This is what I mean. They decided that they were done with whatever low CPMs that their earlier, raunchier videos were getting them. So their solution is to completely cut the audio of every word they think YouTube will flag as inappropriate. And oh my god, it is the most unpleasant and sloppy editing I have ever seen. It is jarring to listen to.
A potential cheater slowly approaches an apartment where he believes his girlfriend's mother is waiting for him. But the boyfriend won't just find a mother inside, instead he'll find us. To Catch a Cheater, along with Chris Hansen from To Catch a
Oh, and maybe I also forgot to mention, they have Chris Hansen now. They literally have Chris Hansen in their videos with them. Gone are the days of Luis just showing footage of someone's partner cheating on them and getting their reaction. They are going beat for beat full To Catch a Predator on these cheaters.
Why is this boyfriend making such a long trip to just see his girlfriend's mom in the afternoon? Perhaps because he believes his girlfriend's mom is alone, inside ready to with him.
Do you see what I mean? Like, how disorientating it is to listen to this? Oh yeah, they're gonna have some sweet Have.
Check out our new show, To Catch a Thief. It's on our second channel, American Justice Warriors.
God damn it, another one? I can't keep up with these channels.
When Zach arrived, we then had Ashley send him a text message saying she's running about 20 minutes late due to missing a bus, giving us just enough time to send in Ashley's mom to do her flight.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
So this part is the same old, same old. They send out the decoy, they trap the boyfriend, but this time, he bites a little harder. The mom tries to seduce the boyfriend in her sexiest dress. And it works. She's able to convince him to come up to her apartment later and work out together.
We're gonna work out, and then we're gonna
Make this happen? Like, I'm so down.
It's gonna be amazing. I'll text you later, okay? Bye.
And I love how Chris is doing the thing Luis was doing, where you can't really tell whose side he's on.
She came right out and said,
Oh,
we're going to.
literally said that. Yeah.
I mean, he was put on the spot there.
He definitely was.
Well, I mean, he was put on the spot. Like, yeah, that's the point. Imagine that attitude shifting over to him in his other shows. Well, Jeff, we did bait you here with a fake 13-year-old girl, and you did bring us some delicious pepperoni pizza. So, you know what? I'm gonna talk to the officers for you.
I thought To Catch a Hansen versus was crazy. This.
Yeah.
No, Chris, they are definitely on a different level than this. Predators are one thing, but nothing is sicker to me than flirting with your girlfriend's mother.
No, yeah, literally, I can't even.
I love Luis not doing or saying a damn thing and just posing off to the side. Also, I had to double take. I thought he was wearing an I Love Boobies bracelet in 2020, which would be pretty fucking sick.
Well, it won't surprise you, but just after a few messages, it didn't take long for the 22-year-old to steer the chat towards. He texts all kind of explicit messages like, I'm gonna your dry, and make you my like a cannoli.
I think Luis is up late editing this while his parents were sleeping because what is this audio?
And make you my like a cannoli. An Italian pastry found in several New York delis.
Thanks, Luis. Thanks for that.
I text back as his mother saying, oh my god, Zach, tell me more. And Zach says, I'm gonna think of you and Ashley at the same time. We show these messages to Ashley and Chris Hansen, which make their stomachs turn.
This is what I was talking about with them treating cheating like they've committed actual crimes. Like, they really ham it up. Because you think Chris would be looking at the text like, Luis, you do know that I've seen much worse, right? Ashley, I'm sorry, this must be very hard for you. But, like, I've seen the actual worst.
Yeah, you look great the way it is. There's no reason to.
Chris Hansen says he likes this, so we're gonna stick with this.
I don't like this. I don't like the vibe in the room with the cameraman and how they're all talking. It feels icky for whatever reason. So Zach finally arrives at the apartment, and after a bit of chatting, the mom decides she's gonna go slip into something more comfortable.
So I'm gonna change into my workout outfit now.
Oh, you got something else?
Yeah.
Which normally on To Catch a Predator, this would be the moment where the predator would start to maybe think, oh shit, I'm on that show, aren't I? But given that she is an adult mother twice his age, I don't think he's really worrying that much.
Normally at this point, I would walk out to confront Zach, but today, we're going to leave it up to the expert.
Hey Zach, how you doing?
Oh no, no, no. My girlfriend's mom's a minor, isn't she? No Zach, she's not. I'm Chris Hansen. Yeah, no fucking shit, that's why I'm worried.
What's happening? How are you? I'm good. I'll get to that in a minute.
Normally when someone in this position doesn't know who Chris Hansen is, I call bullshit, because Chris Hansen, as I said before, is Batman to pedophiles. Not like he's their Batman, but like, they're criminals and he's you know what I mean. But given these circumstances, I could see him not knowing.
I'm sorry, like, wait, who are you again?
I'll get to that in a minute. What were you going to do with your girlfriend's mom today?
Work out, like...
Work out, and?
Fight.
Why don't you just leave, Zach? You know, there's not a SWAT team waiting for you outside the door. You have not committed any crimes. Chris Hansen's just got that thing about him, though. You cannot physically leave once he's got you in his, you know how this looks, talk.
This is your girlfriend's mother. It's like the definition of creepy, weird,
I really just got caught my hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, more than the cookie jar.
At this point, you just gotta look at Chris and say, yeah, dude, I know this is like not the greatest look for me, if I may say so myself, but you know what you normally deal with, right? Like, why are you that disappointed in me?
Ashley, how is she doing?
I didn't get to see her. I mean, I got up there, they were yelling.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna spend the rest of the time.
He confronted her, she confronted him in a civil, like...
Because that relationship is done.
Yeah. She said she plans to keep Zach away from her mom for the meantime, and decides to take full advantage of the fact that Luis is in New York for a week.
God, please don't tell me that they wrote that Luis gets with the mom.
As for Chris Hansen...
Dumpy, she looks great.
I agree.
We've last heard he's romantically involved with Ashley's mother.
And Chris Hansen too, oh my god, what a mess. Before going into this video, I really didn't think it would be worse than the previous worst channels on YouTube, but god was I surprised. I have to admit, I am very thankful for the lifeline of Chris Hansen being in these newer videos, because it made it so much funner to watch. But guys, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving a like rating down below, commenting, sharing it with your friends. It helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again to Vessi for sponsoring, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.